Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Voltron Legendary Defender review for you today. We're going to actually combine all 5 lions to form Voltron. So up until now I reviewed each of the lions individually and I showed you how to transform them into their either arm or leg or torso component. So I have gone ahead and got that all set up and then we're going to actually merge them all together. So the first thing, I'm going to talk a little bit about the wings on the back. Now, I know on the show, I think he does just kind of hang them down sometimes, and they kind of react to how he moves. So, like, he can fly them out to the side, or if he kind of, like, jumps up and then falls, they might go up something like this. And I'll move up a little bit there. And, I mean, that's not a terrible look, and I kind of like that. But I saw something online the other day where you take them and you move them around like this. Or maybe it wasn't, I think it was like this. Yeah, there we go. And that kind of puts them on the back very similar to like the original Voltron. That's kind of how the wings looked like for him. So that's what I'm going to go with. But again, it's all personal preference. The nice thing about these wings is you can really put them in a bunch of different poses. And, you know, however you think they look the best, you can go ahead and do that. And I really appreciate that about this Voltron because there's a lot of different options as far as the back wings go. This is personally the way I like it, so I'm just going to display it like this. Now, when you're combining the lions, you want to make sure you go around to the back and turn on the black lion. You get some cool lights and sounds there, but also as you connect the lions, you're going to get different sounds. So, for example, when I go ahead and connect Blue Lion, make sure you have these lined up correctly. There's a little...
Fire up the green lion.
Okay,
we're coming in hot.
He wants me to connect green lion next. You can see how there's kind of a little indent there. And when you look at the pin, it's going to be hard to see, but you can see how the one end has a little bit of a divot to it. So I'm going to click these back one more so that they're even. That way you can make sure you plug it in correctly. And it's a little tight, and I'm probably not actually showing this.
We need the red lion.
Alright, so now it knows that red is the only one not connected.
Blue lion, ready for action. Red lion, ready for battle. Green lion, all systems go. Yellow lion engaged. Red, green, black, blue, and yellow lions detected. Voltron operational. Voltron complete. Targeting row beast.
So I think that's pretty awesome. I think it's really neat how there is a switch in each of these where when it's connected, the lion, once connected, presses the button down, and that's what feeds the information so that it knows it's connected. I think that's really cool. I think that's a really neat thing to do, considering the original didn't really have any electronics at all. So I think that's a really neat addition to this guy, and I absolutely love it. Now, as you can see, he kind of holds together decently well as far as not falling over or anything like that. You do still have all the articulation that we talked about earlier. And I'm going to kind of play with these heels a little bit for the yellow line because they're not really touching the ground. As you can see, it's not making a whole lot of difference, but there we go. If I just click that, should be a little bit better. Give it a little bit more stability. Now again, you do have this shield on the shoulder, which I think looks really good. I really like the look of this guy. I like the wings like this.
My shield can't take much more of this.
The only thing I could possibly complain about, and I'm going to kind of keeps the tail from falling down, because of where the button is on the side here, when you move them around, you kind of accidentally hit it, which isn't a huge problem. It can just be a little annoying when you're not trying to hit it. Now, if you'd really like to, you could go ahead and reconnect these guns from the two arms to give them a little bit of extra firepower, which I think is pretty cool. And of course, you have the blazing sword, which fits easily into either lion's mouth. I say easily, and then there we go. The mouths are just spring-loaded. Alright, what is he? Oh, I don't have it lined up right. Okay, that's user error. That's not the toy's fault. That's my fault. So now you have the blazing sword. Now, of course, I'm going to take these off just so they don't fall off or anything. Or accidentally fire the missile, as I just did. So you still have all the same articulation.
We need to increase firepower. We got you, buddy.
And again, I hit the... But there are lots of great phrases. The movement, this joint here does not move. The movement is still here in the shoulder. So, and then of course you have the same joint that I talked about earlier on the arms. Now, the more you put the arms forward, he is going to get more top heavy. As you can see, he's already kind of leaning a little bit. It's not terrible, and he holds his own pretty well, but just something to be aware of. Now, you can move these pieces off to the side a little bit, so you can kind of get this extra articulation in the elbow. And then you do have a little bit of out to the side with the hips here. You have a little bit of, you can turn the legs like that, and that might help a little bit to give him a little bit more balance. So you do still have the thigh swivel. I think you do have a knee joint as well. Yeah, you actually have the joint where it connects down here, as well as this bigger knee joint up top of here at the actual knee. So that's pretty neat. I mean, just note that you do run the risk of a leg popping off. But you can always easily pop it back on.
Ready for action. Red lion, ready for battle. Green lion, all systems go. Yellow lion engaged. Red, green, black, blue, and yellow lions detected. Voltron operational. Let's do it. Key, forward sword.
So unfortunately, if you accidentally pop one off and pop it back on, it's going to go through that whole series of events again. But it's not a big deal. You can always turn it off in the back and that'll stop it. But I think this guy looks fantastic. I really have nothing to complain about. If you just move these over a little bit, they almost kind of integrate a little better and kind of hide the joint. Now, depending on if you move these out a little bit, you're going to notice it again, but it's really not that big a deal. And it really gives you back more of the elbow articulation. Of course, you have the wrists, which can still move. It's a little bit of a bummer that the gray necks of the lions couldn't, you know, push into the torso of the lion. But I understand because that's where it's hiding the legs. And at the end of the day, hiding the legs is more important to me than just this little bit of the gray on the necks of the lions. So this guy's got a ton of articulation for a combined robot, I have to say. I mean, you have here, you have here, you have here, two ways. You have the wrists here, you have the hips, thigh swivel, knee, and then almost like a second knee because of how the lion's leg is, where it connects to the blue and yellow lions. I love the fact that you can display the wings in several different poses. The head looks fantastic. The paint looks great. The sword looks great. The phrases are fun. The lights are great. I can't say enough about this guy. This is a fantastic release. Now, granted, these things will run you anywhere between $18 to $20 a piece, and he in the middle is $30, so you're looking at somewhere between $100 and $110. But I think it's worth it. I really do. I think he looks fantastic. He's a nice size. All the individual lions have a lot of play on their own, so even if you just picked your favorite lion, I think you could have fun because the ratchet joints are really nice. The accessories that each comes with are fun. Each lion has a lot of individual playability, but putting them all together gives you even more playability, and it looks fantastic. I really have nothing to complain about this guy. I highly recommend it. If you're a fan of Voltron or just giant robots, you know, combining robots in general, this guy is one to look for. I mean, if there's any kind of sale or anything, there would be no reason not to pick these up. They look fantastic. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to hear your opinions. Please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the fully formed Voltron, combining all 5 of the legendary lions to make Voltron Legendary Defender. And if you have Netflix, definitely check out this show because the 2nd season is coming. I think it's next Friday, so the 20th. So get Netflix, watch Voltron, get these toys. Super fun. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching.